In the vast and competitive world of technology, no company has mastered the art of innovation, branding, and timing quite like Apple. From a humble garage startup in the 1970s to a $3 trillion global empire, Apple's rise is not just the story of great products. It's the story of a masterfully engineered business strategy built on psychology, precision, and relentless consistency. Every keynote, every product reveal, every advertisement is not a coincidence, but a calculated act in Apple's pursuit of perfection. The company doesn't simply sell devices, it sells desire. Apple's journey began in 1976 when Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne founded Apple Computer in Cupertino, California. From the beginning, Apple's difference wasn't just in technology but in philosophy. Jobs believed technology should serve people, not intimidate them. This belief shaped everything Apple would become: simple, elegant, and human-centered. Unlike competitors that marketed features, Apple sold experiences. Every click, curve, and color was designed to evoke emotion. That emotional connection became Apple's greatest asset, the invisible thread tying millions of customers to the brand. When Jobs returned to Apple in 1997 after being forced out 12 years earlier, the company was nearly bankrupt. What followed was one of the greatest turnarounds in business history. Jobs stripped the product lineup to its core, cut unnecessary projects, and redefined the company's purpose around innovation and design. The result was a new era: the iMac, the iPod, and eventually the iPhone. Each product launch was executed with surgical precision, transforming technology into cultural events. Apple didn't just release products. It orchestrated moments that made the world stop and watch. But Apple's brilliance lies not only in innovation, it lies in how the company introduces innovation to the world. Each launch is a perfectly choreographed performance. The company cultivates mystery, controls leaks, and builds tension through silence. When the curtain finally lifts, Apple doesn't just reveal a device, it delivers a story. This storytelling, combined with scarcity, creates an aura of exclusivity. Owning an Apple product feels less like a purchase and more like belonging to an elite club. Behind this mystique is a strategy Apple calls controlled disruption. Instead of releasing dozens of products at once, Apple introduces incremental improvements that make older models slightly outdated but never irrelevant. It's a psychological masterstroke, keeping customers loyal and upgrading frequently without feeling exploited. This method sustains growth while preserving brand trust. Apple's innovation is not chaotic. It's rhythmic, predictable, and deliberate. The company's vertical integration gives it a level of control unmatched in modern business. Apple designs its hardware, develops its software, manufactures through tightly managed supply chains, and sells directly through its own stores. This complete control ensures a seamless experience and creates what's known as the Apple ecosystem, a closed digital world where every product complements the next. Once you own one Apple device, the convenience of connection makes it almost impossible to leave. It's not just a brand, it's a behavioral loop. Apple's pricing strategy is another cornerstone of its dominance. Unlike competitors who compete on affordability, Apple competes on perception. This is known as premium pricing psychology, the belief that higher prices equal higher value. An iPhone or MacBook isn't positioned as a gadget. It's positioned as a symbol of taste, creativity, and sophistication. Apple has turned its devices into status symbols, where owning one communicates not just wealth, but identity. In this way, Apple transcends technology. It operates in the realm of emotion and aspiration. Every design choice reinforces that perception. From the simplicity of the packaging to the smoothness of the user interface, Apple communicates calm, confidence, and clarity. The design language remains minimalist yet deeply emotional. The absence of clutter reflects the company's belief that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Steve Jobs once said, "Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works." That philosophy has become Apple's DNA. Scarcity plays another crucial role in Apple's psychological strategy. Every launch is accompanied by limited availability, whether intentional or logistical. Long lines outside Apple stores have become cultural symbols, a display of devotion that amplifies the brand's exclusivity. This demand-supply dance transforms customers into participants of a global ritual, each launch day reinforcing Apple's position as a cultural phenomenon. The halo effect is another weapon in Apple's arsenal. A successful product enhances the appeal of all others. The iPod made Macs cool again. The iPhone made the Apple Watch desirable. Each new product creates gravitational pull, elevating the entire ecosystem without additional marketing. This self-reinforcing loop ensures Apple's dominance across categories, from laptops to wearables to streaming services. Apple's marketing, meanwhile, is a masterclass in emotional storytelling. The company avoids technical jargon, focusing instead on how its products make life better. Campaigns like Think Different didn't promote devices, they promoted values. They celebrated creativity, rebellion, and individuality. That message resonated deeply, turning customers into advocates and creating one of the most loyal consumer bases in the world. Timing, too, is an art form for Apple. The company schedules launches at moments of maximum cultural relevance, often right before major shopping seasons, ensuring global attention converges exactly when demand peaks. This predictable rhythm of hype and fulfillment keeps Apple perpetually in the headlines, reinforcing the narrative of innovation and superiority. At the heart of Apple's strategy lies control. By owning its hardware, software, and distribution, Apple maintains complete command over the user experience. It decides how products look, feel, and interact. That level of control not only ensures quality, but also protects the brand's exclusivity. It's why Apple stores feel like temples of design rather than retail outlets. Spaces curated to reinforce emotion and aspiration. In recent years, Apple has expanded beyond hardware into services, a move that secures long-term stability. Platforms like Apple Music, iCloud, Apple TV Plus, and Apple Pay generate recurring revenue while deepening customer dependence on the ecosystem. This evolution has transformed Apple from a product-based company into a lifestyle ecosystem, one that accompanies its users from work to play, from health to entertainment. Yet, what truly cements Apple's dominance is its emotional monopoly. It has achieved something no competitor can replicate: trust. Consumers don't just buy Apple, they believe in Apple. The brand represents reliability, creativity, and aspiration. Every new product rekindles that belief, that feeling of being part of something larger than technology. As Apple looks beyond 2030, its formula remains the same: control the experience, perfect the design, and lead through emotion. In a world obsessed with disruption, Apple's greatest innovation is consistency. It doesn't chase the future, it defines it. That, ultimately, is the secret business strategy behind every product launch. The seamless fusion of psychology, precision, and storytelling that turned a struggling computer startup into the most valuable company on Earth.